All right, folks, welcome on back here this Wednesday, October 28th, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome on back here for our afternoon meeting. Let's get a quick sound check just to begin. Make sure everyone here can hear me loud and clear, rather. Slow it down a bit, perhaps. Great to see Greg, Stefan, Sharon, Phil. I'm so excited to see you guys, though. I mean, we have the Snapchat trade pushing up higher heading into the afternoon. We have MGen and our top percent gainer making like a third run back up. So, we could be in store for a pretty good afternoon here, folks. Great to see all of us live inside the trading room, and for all of us streaming across social media, Facebook Live, YouTube, welcome on back. So, hey, Snap, one of our students, Kathleen, called it out right here, just saying it was moving back up. I mean, fantastic call. Great heads up on this one from Kathleen. It moved up towards 42. I don't have this on my book map, my level 4, at least for this morning. Big volume spike, so, clearly shows that we ended up seeing big volume filled, likely off 42. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. All of the prints filled off the ask at 42 at least there. The iceberg order got filled. It made a pop and drop from that price so far. Expected, considering the first time it ended up, retesting that level since the morning. So I wouldn't expect perfect continuation right away either. But at least for right now, Snap, perking back up into the afternoon. So we'll put this on our main watch list for right now. Good call. All right, Debbie here in the chat board says the gong sound effect that I just did inside the trading room woke her up. Leo says enjoy the nap. I hope so. I hope you enjoyed the nap, Debbie. Otherwise, we have Snapchat moving up, the MGen trade, which we'll get to right here. It's been pretty slow, at least up until right now. MGen, you could see, ended up making a nice pre-market push. I mean, really early in the morning. So, we covered this actually yesterday in our Trader Stock workshop for all of us inside the trading room here. To see this real early pump and dump, you wouldn't normally expect to see it make a real run back up that much higher, at least not up until the mid-morning. And really by 10 o'clock, it moved up towards resistance off 120, held it perfectly, and dropped. So, this one took us by surprise, at least going into the early afternoon. It ended up, popping all the way from like 82 cents, from where we would normally say it would just be done and over with, but popped up over $1. Popped up over its opening bell print off 113. It was pretty shaky around that price for a bit. But finally, broke higher, broke above major resistance off of 125. We were taking a couple of trades, a few of us, going into this meeting. I'm currently long on this trade myself. I'm in from 119. I wrote that inside the trading room just before. One of our students, David, said that he'll join me right off 120. So now that it's over 120, David, I hope you got in. But, hey, looking really strong still heading into this afternoon, the MGEN stock. I would say, though, still we still have major resistance to work with off 125. Not really a big iceberg order there right now, but that was the clear level to watch leading into the market open today. We ended up seeing like a 250,000 share transaction. That was at like 8:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning pre-market. So I posted that like at 8:30 Eastern just inside the trading room. I was reposting it throughout the day just to give everybody a heads up. That's the clear level to watch. So it took a long while for this MGEN stock to break higher. It finally did. And hopefully from here it re-breaks over 125 and runs that much more. All right. There we go, David. He says he's in from 120 on the MGEN stock. Perfect. All right, cool. Well, I got my stop set, so I'll be going from top to bottom right now, guys. If this ends up making a big move, I'll keep a smaller eye on this on another screen. I'll jump back to it if I'm going to look to sell. All right. Oh, and by the way, I should say, for all of us inside the trading room, really, we'll just go right from top to bottom now because we have class finishing up today. Fausto's Phase 3 stock course. So, really, we'll just zip right through, and we'll get ready for class ahead. TTNP, familiar name. The stock we've called out in the past, on and off, just off of news. A known pump and dump stock, though. So for as much as it pumps up on given days, dumps back down. I mean, pretty much same thing happened here. Popped right out of the gate this morning, a real cheapie. So I wasn't really focused much on this. Wow. Speaking about popping here, the SRRK stock. Holy smokes. I was going to say a 4-letter word there, but man, are you kidding me? Another run. I mean, much like yesterday, we ended up seeing the stock close at or near the highs off of 31. So today, it took off a little bit after the market opened, consolidated, shook around a bit, but broke higher from right around 33, 34-ish. But damn, this thing just, exploded right now. Big volume just got filled off the 40 level, I assume here. let's see. Just going to look at the matrix volume bars, actually give me a better idea. You could see more volume filled this bar off $40. So you would assume 40 would be the big volume level anyway, but this just goes to show it was 40 as this is going up. I mean, it's very minimal volume getting filled still at this point on the way up. I would assume 41 whole numbers at this point to just be stronger price levels to watch, but 40 is the big one. I mean, that's the biggest spike of volume that we caught throughout the whole day today, I think. Yep. All right, so this one's pretty volatile, guys. More of a level 5 stock, big spread, skinny orders or skimpy orders across the bid and the ask on the matrix there, level 3. All right. Actually, before I move on, what we'll do is just look back on the daily chart here. I want to see if this is all-time highs or what's going on. Yeah, going 20 years back. So this was an IPO, I guess, from 2018. And with that, all-time highs today, at least. Flying way up. All right, well, at this point, I wouldn't even say dollar levels. I would say just to, think more psychologically every $5 for there to be, a pretty big volume-based support resistance. So 40, not to say the next, target ahead is 45, but if all goes according to plan, if this keeps going up, then I would just expect the next major level at that point to be 45. So, hey, maybe something will pop up in between, maybe at 42, maybe at 41 ahead here. But for right now, yeah, definitely we'll put this on our list. All right, just back to MGen really quick, or at least a comment on it. It's pushing up to 130 right now, guys. Doing really well. We'll jump back to that one in just a moment. Tupperware ended up doing well off earnings, I believe. Popped up shortly after the market opened up. Dumped off. Incredible range. I mean, similar to MGEN, just in the sense of the up and down moves throughout the day. For right now, though, the volume really died off compared to what we had from the early morning going into the early afternoon when it ended up testing the highs. It is tradable, but we'll see if there's anything else looking like stronger with more momentum on the way up. CYH, Fausto called this one out too after the market opened, at least. This was one that was not on the main watch list, but after the open in the phase 3 class, you guys know Fausto was trading this. He called it out, at least for us in the chat board. Great call. Nice level 1 to 2 stock that pushed up pretty well from 5 up towards 6. I mean, pretty much dollar move. So definitely want to keep on your side list, for the remainder of this week, perhaps. It is shortable. SCKT pump and dump. Look at the daily chart. Just speaks for itself. AUVI, same thing. Super early pump. Dumped off well before the market opened up. I mean, we just went over that in Traders Stock, guys, from yesterday. So, it just goes to show that pattern. Very high probability chance of it kind of just continuing to dump off after the open. All right, so markets were dumping off, of course, today once again with that. The inverse ETFs, VIX, UVXY, SQQQ, VXX, VIXY. You'll see them on the percent gainers list for right now. So I'll just put them collectively on the list. I'll list them under like VIX symbols, but that will also include the Qs, SQQQ. Right, SQQQ, similar move, less volatile, but up 9+%. All right, I'm going to tell you what, I'm getting out. I mean, I'm doing this meeting here, folks, so I just would rather not have any sense of profit being slipped away from me. I got out at 133, still moving up nicely. So I just took the money and ran. I took 14 cents. I was in from 119. Looks really strong, though, still. So, I mean, I got out literally just to take the money. No given reason based on sell volume there. So, for anybody else still in, watch pretty much every 5 cents. 135 here. Hopefully, could hold nicely for it to push up to 140. I'll tell you guys, honestly, I missed out on Neo short this morning. So I ended up losing a few cents this morning. I did well on the MGEN early on. That honestly saved my butt. not this past trade. This one actually put me over pretty nicely, but it was tough to grind out a profit this morning for me. I missed out on NEO short. A lot of things dropped off with the market. I was a little hesitant on the short side, and it cost me. So a really tough morning for myself, aside from MGEN, and that last trade, that was pretty good. So hopefully into the afternoon, we'll close out really strong. There we go. From David, he picked up 16 cents. Kathleen picked up 15 cents in our chat board. Donnie picked up 10 cents. Excellent. Nice job, folks. All right, ASTC dumping back down here. Unfortunately, this one was a dud. I ended up getting out early on this trade. I got out with like a 4-cent profit as it was squeezing up off the 245 level. So when it continued to run up, I was pretty frustrated there too. But dumped back down, and then from there, just pushing lower here. All right, cool. Let's see if there's anything else, at least on the way up, with the markets near the lows, dropping off from earlier today. I wouldn't expect for there to be a whole lot on the gainer side. There's our friend from yesterday, DGLY. Our friend from really, I mean, just on and off the last many months. But DGLY ended up pushing up pretty nicely for us yesterday in Fausto's Phase 3 course. Ended up pushing up nicely, I guess, mid-morning from 220-ish up to 250, 257 the high. Right now, though, it's kind of perking up towards that 250 level once more. So we'll see what happens on this. I don't mind giving this a second shot here just to put it on our list. And that just about does it on the gainer side here, folks. If there's anything else on the gainer side that's up that you see that's worth watching, or want me to just check out, type it in the chat board. Let me know. Hop over to the losers list here next. REKR is shortable, down 20+%. It's at the lows. The spread's not too big, and it does have some volume on the book to work off of. But here's the issue. Just because it has a more liquid order book doesn't mean that it's going to continue to move, if any at all. I mean, this stock's trading 600 shares per minute. That's how little volume this stock is trading actively. So this is the volume on the order book. This is the volume that's getting filled per minute. Folks, I think that we just collectively shook this MGen trade down ourselves. Look at this. Pulled right back down to 125. We'll see if this can hold support from that point now. But really nice job, traders. ELY. I mean, hey, normally I would say a bunch of crap that's hard to borrow on the losers list, but there is a bunch of stuff easy to borrow. PEIX. Look at this dump off. Wow, not only from today, but from, I mean, pretty much all of the end of last week and so far this week. Just a steady downtrend. So you might want to ask yourself, when is this going to pull back up or make a pop, make a dead cat bounce? To see this drop from 11 plus all the way down to 6. I mean, I'm not going to throw a dart on the wall and hope it lands, but if this could break under and over 6, then hopefully we could see a nice squeeze back up from that point. If it doesn't squeeze back up, then it is shortable. So that would be a good opportunity. Just going to kind of skip through here. BBBY, Bed Bath Beyond, right back down to its opening price, pretty much off 21. Really flat chart, it looks like, but over the last hour, slowly pulling back down here. I guess it is tradable. Not really doing it, though, for me. I want to see if there's anything looking a bit faster. More momentum, perhaps. This one's looking all right. MTDR. Jumped over this one at least just to begin. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. Got to pick and choose your battles here, folks. MTDR. I don't mind putting on our list just to start. I mean, obviously breaking new lows for the month or across the last few months here. Not really showing a big iceberg order on the bid. I would assume off 650. Not really that big of an order, though. All right, guys, if there's anything else, just let me know. Type it in the chat board. Take a look at the side list stocks, too, while we're at it. NEO, just slow, dropped off. Like I said, I missed the short. I was pretty upset with myself there. Plug grinded back up to 15, kind of near the highs, but Workhorse pretty flat. All right, guys, I think that just about does it. Snap worth watching from Jeff. Yeah, pushing up higher. So Snap's already on our list, looking great. All right, guys, I think that just about does it. I think that we're good. So all in all, we have, I mean, the VIX symbols. So probably about two or three of those if you tend to follow them. But aside from those, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stocks to work with on this list heading into the afternoon. So for all of us inside the trading room, at least any of our gold, platinum, diamond CTU students, we're going to post and tweet the link for class coming up very shortly. I believe that we did just before. But otherwise, I know that Fausto's prepping up, getting ready. He'll see you guys in class. For those of us not joining class, I'll be making the calls here going into the afternoon. Just going to take a quick break, refill up on water, and then we'll be good to go. For all of us in social media, just as always, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, notify right on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/cybertradingu. And aside from that, feel more than free to join us. If you want to see trades like the MGEN and see students like David and Mario and Norman and Kathleen and Donnie make some good trades on this, hey, feel more than free to join us here live, guys, Monday to Friday, every day. All right, folks, I'll talk to you all soon here coming up inside the trading room. Take care.